energy field going through the coil. We have the little bead up here which indicates the positive effect, positive outflow end, and down here the negative energy, negative effect energy being drawn out of the area. So we're moving through the coil with that energy and converting it at about the bead to a positive form. Okay, just so that you have the concept in a visual. The feedback loop would work only slightly differently. In that you'd have positive energy coming out one side, and it's not necessary to identify particularly which one is positive and which is negative. But the black or negative energy coming in down through the loop to a certain point, converting to the positive energy. The coils are made in both the royal cubit and lost cubit lengths. They're available there on the tables, and I think Katharina can describe which is which. The larger coils are made on the lost cubit length. Same pattern, same essential function. In that they move energy from negative to positive. The bead identifies the positive end again. So again, you've got a what we'd call in the States a shop vac here, real heavy duty vacuum cleaner. The feedback loop, for purposes of illustration, I like to use this larger one, also made with the lost cubit measurement. And it has the function of negative energy coming in one side of the loop, positive energy coming out the other side. Very much higher velocity flow of energy, more concentrated. Let's assume that the negative energy in the body has almost solidified. It's become congested in the physical. And we use the feedback loop to kind of break it up, moving it up and down, chopping up these dark lumps that you'll find lodged in the body. And then it's also removed at the same time by the feedback loop and or the coil. And one of the applications of that is to use the coil on one side of the body and the feedback loop on the other. So you're actually getting a double action here. So you're working through an area of pain. Okay, that's one possible technique. They can be used also in conjunction by running the coil up into the loop, into the little hook on the back of it there, and this really amps things up. This configuration uses a ton of energy in a very, very short time.
And you have the ball of the coil goes to
The ball of the coil is
So it's pulling
away.
out.
Yeah, we always work it in the drawing mode, pulling out mode. Okay. And that can be done with both the large and smaller versions.
So with the coil, obviously it's pulling out negative energy.
Mhm.
When you work with crystals, you need to put the energy, transform it. So are you just pulling the negative energy out? What's happening to that negative energy that you're pulling out?
It's transmuted to positive as it passes through the coil.
So the only difference between the loop and the coil is the loop brings it back round again. And the
Yes,
coil just
and
transforms
immediately
it.
puts it back into the body. Yeah, either tool is, has the same function. Different rates of activity, different speed of operation, and slightly different power levels. It's just a matter of personal choice, again.
Slim, could you attach those to one of the harmonizers so that you could clear a larger space, say in the house or
Yeah, the tools can be placed adjoining, like so, and you get an increase in the overall field effect. Yeah, you get perhaps a bigger cleaning action in the environment.
and if you were to play music as well? If you were to add the music as well?
Excuse me?
You know the CDs, if you were to include the music as well? The
Oh, yes.
headphones?
Yeah, you can add the acoustic program to any of the tools, a ring, feedback loop, coil. I've actually used two small coils with the little earbuds taped right to them, the little speakers. I had a severe sinus infection hit me a few years ago. It was advancing so rapidly over the course of an afternoon, I didn't think I'd live. It's what they call a fulminating infection. And I just laid down and propped these two coils up on a pillow with the sound going in them. Laid there for about 3 hours, infection gone, completely gone. So that kind of saved my life. Yeah, I'd had a period where my health was extremely fragile and infections got to me very easily. I'd been out in a cold wind all afternoon and this infection was just rampaging through my forehead and sinuses. But, in a matter of 3 hours, it was cured, it was gone. Didn't have any more problems.